You want me to help you catch him? Why should I?
We could talk to the higher-ups. Knock some time off your detention.
Oh, man. All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. This is Brandon coming to you with a reaction to something just a little bit different today. This is Fillmore, which I believe is an older Disney show, if I'm correct. Many of you have asked me to take a look at this show for a long time, and so I'm doing it today. A lot of you have recommended particular episodes, but I'm going to start with the pilot. This is Season 1, Episode 1, To Mar a Stall, which I'm assuming is going to talk about graffiti and bathroom stalls, I'm assuming. And I don't know the characters. I did take a look at just some images online of the show and just what it looks like, and I know these are kind of the main characters here, and they appear to be looking through some files. I'm not sure what's going on here, but we'll find out here together. If you're not subscribed to my channel, take a minute and click the button below to become a subscriber, but let's get straight into this episode. I'm so excited. All right, here we go.
Today's episode, To Mar a Stall.
Movie voice.
And now, if you'll follow me, I'll turn you over to the president of the X-Middle School Bathroom Steering Committee.
By the time an ex-middle school student graduates, he or she will use the school bathroom facilities an average of 432 times.
And what I think is funny about this little opening scene is the ribbon cutting. If you saw, they cut the ribbon with scissors, which if you're not familiar with those, anytime someone builds a significant facility, particularly like a government building or a new school, you do have ribbon cuttings for that as well. I've seen those many times. I've been to one before. I've been to several before, actually. And you do have those, but I think it's funny they had one for a new bathroom, which that would be significant. I've known schools, even older schools, that have renovated a bathroom or built a new one. That is significant, but you wouldn't have a ribbon cutting for that. That's sort of excessive, but it is pretty funny.
And with the addition of a self-serve taco buffet in the cafetorium, our studies indicate that...
If you don't know what a cafetorium is, it's like a combination of the words cafeteria and auditorium. And a lot of older schools have this, and some newer schools have it too. I bet you many of you all had a cafetorium in your school, which is basically the cafeteria, but it has a little stage on one side of it, so you could have some sort of little performance in there. Some schools don't really use it for that. They have other facilities to have little concerts and performances, but some use it all the time. Let me know in the comments if your school had a cafetorium and what they used it for.
we may see that number increase by as much as 12% over the next 2 years.
Okay.
Each and every one of X Middle School's newly remodeled bath features state-of-the-art motion sensors and even high-pressure bidets. But
and I've never heard of any of that. Now, the sensor, like the automatic faucets, yes. And especially during this time, which I believe was maybe around 2000 or so, it would have been a bigger deal than it seems like today. Today, we're like, oh, yeah, of course it has that. Now, heated seats and the bidet and everything else, no, I don't think so. I've never seen that in a school. But again, renovating a bathroom would be a big deal. I've never seen people take data like this, like they're increasing the rates of using the bathroom by 12%. I don't know about all that, but let's see what else happens here.
take a look for yourselves at the new pride of X Middle School.
X Middle School.
No!
Oh, no.
Stainless?
Stainless. And yeah, that would be a huge deal. Now, I have been at many schools where graffiti in the bathroom was kind of a problem, and it's a tough problem to solve because that's the one place where you have no surveillance cameras. You do have them in most other places in the school, especially nowadays. Even in this era, you would have some level of cameras, but of course not in the restroom. You can't do that. And so you sort of have to catch someone in the act of doing it or have a lot of very good witnesses or a teacher witness that sees this happen. So this would be a really tough situation because you've got this brand new restroom and you've got this graffiti. This would be a more serious deal than even normal. Let's see what happens.
Someone called the safety patrol. No!
Wow. Safety patrol. And I did notice in the random still frame from the beginning that they were wearing like those orange little sashes or whatever you call them. I do see this sometimes in TV and movies. I don't know if I've ever seen it in real life. You just wouldn't have this. Even if you had something like this, you wouldn't have them wear stuff like that because of this stereotype that exists in schools. But I'm curious as to what the safety patrol is going to do here. Let's see. I like it. And she's like scraping stuff off the wall like for a forensics investigation. And this girl right here looks oddly like the girl from Recess, one of the characters on Recess. Looks a lot like her, which I know it's a Disney show, at least I think it is, and it was around the same time. But let's keep going. Censor.
Hey, can we get these motion sensors shut off before O'Farrell drowns me?
Could you please stop referring to me in the third person? Stainless. Very catchy.
And something like this would be investigated, and I see this guy here. I don't know if he's a teacher or a student or whatever, but you wouldn't allow students in there just by themselves, really under any circumstances, mixed together like that. And certainly if they're going to help try to solve this thing, they wouldn't be doing this. Really, as an administrator or a staff member, you would just say, let me know if you hear who did it. You know, and you would do your own investigation. You wouldn't let the kids do it. Particularly this age, I think she said it was middle school. You wouldn't have them in here scratching stuff off the wall as some sort of forensics evidence collection or something. But let's keep going here.
They propped open the door for ventilation. It was open all night.
So it could be anybody.
I'm going fishing with my dad this weekend. The last thing I need is this stainless headache messing up my fly cast.
And I'm still not sure if this guy is an adult or a kid. He says he's going fishing with his dad. I mean, I'm really not sure. I'm guessing he's an adult. And he mentions the door to the bathroom being open all night. I have served at some older schools that did have doors on like the entrance to the bathroom. Nowadays, you simply don't have that for a bunch of reasons. Now, you can't see in, obviously, but it's going to be just an open doorway for a bunch of reasons. Let's keep going.
His weapons of choice are red, black, and green permanent markers. It's the same brand supplied to the school.
O'Farrell and I spent the morning curled up with our file of known taggers.
Stainless must be new on the block.
These graffiti scrawlers don't stop at just one. Now, Principal Folsom wants this stainless caught before he does any more redecorating.
What about the tags themselves? The color, lettering style? There must be some sort of expert we can show them to.
No. I have had this situation happen many times at multiple schools where you have graffiti in the restroom. You don't turn to like handwriting experts. I mean, I guess you could, but I've never been able to solve something like that in that manner. It just wouldn't be strong enough evidence. Really, almost the only way to solve something like this is to catch them in the act. And I have had a couple of situations where they use like a very specific like permanent marker. And so I would sort of be on the lookout for that to see if anyone had that. It's not a normal item that a middle school student is going to have, particularly like the really thick kind of industrial type markers. But as far as handwriting experts, no, because you basically have to prove it. And I don't know that that would be strong enough evidence. You couldn't go to a hearing with something like that alone. You would have to have more than that.
An art teacher, maybe?
We could show them to Randall Julian.
Isn't he serving indefinite detention out by the athletic field? No way he helps us.
Indefinite detention out by the athletic field, that is horrible. And you don't have indefinite detention. You can't do that. Now, you have alternative school. You have alternative school programs. That's almost what that sounds like, but you don't have indefinite detention.
You guys got a better lead?
Do it.
Fillmore,
Interrogation room.
Remember? A little info, please. Who's Randall the Vandal?
Randall Julian was one of the greatest art students in the history of our school. His macaroni collages took top honors all over the state. But then something went wrong. He dropped the Mac and glue sticks and picked up a permanent marker.
He became a tagger.
Not just a tagger, the tagger. Flavor saver. The best or the worst, depending on how you flip the pancake.
Oh, man. I love how they're trying to sound like some kind of tough crime drama, and they're, middle school students. At first, I thought it was elementary school, but I remember them saying a few times middle school. And I don't know if they're talking about this guy in an attempt to, recruit him to help them figure it out, or if they suspect him. I'm not real sure, but let's keep going.
The bathroom in the teacher's lounge. We caught him before he could put that final stroke on his masterpiece.
You were the one that caught him, weren't you? Well, he should be thrilled to see you again.
What?
I'll need you to check in all writing instruments.
What is this?
Any ink cartridges, pen refills, pencil leads, nibs, quills, crayons, charcoal, wax pencils, poster paint, model paint, paint balls, paint brushes, airbrushes.
What is going on?
Eyeliner, lipstick, mascara?
Me neither.
Mr. Randall Julian is in what we call a permanent state of detention. His parents drop him off.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he was stopping them from going to the restroom, but no, they didn't want them bringing any writing instruments into the same room where he was, as if he's some sort of really dangerous criminal. I mean, come on. And in a real world situation, they would not be able to go anywhere near this if it was some sort of alternative school program, which is what it sounds like. Again, there's no such thing as indefinite detention, but they're coming to pay him a visit. It's like some sort of jailhouse visitation. You can't do that. You wouldn't allow students to visit a student that was in a detention or an alternative school program. You just wouldn't be allowed to do that.
Into our custody in the morning and pick him up again in the afternoon.
No.
His classes are piped into him via closed-circuit TV.
Piped into him. His classes are piped into him. But this was kind of before the era of online learning. You didn't really have that. So the notion that he gets his instruction via video, I guess that's the same thing as an online tutor, an online class where someone's teaching live over Zoom, which you had during the pandemic. That's, I guess, the same thing. So I guess theoretically you could do that. But this is just over the top ridiculous.
He currently maintains an A+ average. You may find our security measures extreme, but I assure you they are necessary. On November 3rd of this year, a custodian entered Mr. Julian's holding area with a miniature golf pencil in his back pocket. It took Mr. Julian 10 minutes to do this to the east wall.
Dog.
He did that with a miniature golf pencil?
I'll buzz you in.
This is so crazy. No. You wouldn't have that even in a very harsh alternative school environment, like a steel door like that. You just do not have that. It's funny though, because it's so over the top. This is like an A+ art student that's so dangerous around utensils. This is funny.
So all A plus B equals C, you guys. Next class.
That's the worst dad joke I've ever heard. It's like a math joke, really. But you guys heard that, I'm sure.
Cornelius Fillmore, you have a new partner.
Randall Julian, meet Ingrid Third.
Charmed. Uninspired, unemotional, unimportant.
We didn't come here for an art critique, Julian.
You want me to help you catch him? Why should I?
Well, you could talk to the higher-ups. Knock some time off your detention.
Oh, man. This is supposed to be like one of those true crime dramas, but it's some kids, right? And she can't talk to the higher ups and get some time reduced off your sentence. Is that what she was saying? That's pretty horrible.
You give up all this?
We came here because we thought you might want another chance. Looks like we were wrong.
Your stainless writes from right to left. The English language, as I'm sure you're aware, is written from left to right. Stainless does his tags backwards, right to left. You can tell by the overlay of his letters.
Why does he write from right to left?
And, I guess that would help them in some weird way, but the notion that they're consulting him like this is sort of funny. But that is kind of an interesting little wrinkle.
I think that would be too easy. When you figure it out for yourselves, come back and see me.
I don't get it. Why would an artist with Julian's talent turn to scrawling on bathroom walls?
Third.
He's the junior commissioner, so I'm guessing this is a student. It's really crazy here. This is hilarious. It's so over the top.
If you want to see a real work of art, take a look at this. The 309 Waterman 452 Flex Rod 680.
What is going
Fourth
on?
edition.
And I'm like, do these kids go to class at all, or are they just permanent investigators? But, I mean, in the show's defense, if someone did graffiti a brand new restroom that had just been renovated, that would be a very, very big deal. But these kids would not be investigating it, but it wouldn't be the show Fillmore if they didn't, I suppose.
A fishing pole.
My fishing pole. My dad ordered it from fee-fi-fo-fin.world. It should be arriving here any day now. Do some digging. Maybe this whole thing isn't about tagging. Maybe someone has a grudge against this whole bathroom renovation project.
Here's the last of them. Are you really reading those?
It said on the board, like, dimensions of the toilet or whatever. I don't think that's going to help them.
Photographic memory.
You know, I begged the committee to use brushed steel for stalls. It's a well-known fact that brushed steel is almost...
Like, what is this office? Is this their office? Like, they have offices? I'm not convinced they're even students at this school. I haven't seen them go to class. They seem to just be permanent investigators that don't have to take classes or anything. And they have all these posters that are, like, bathroom-oriented. That's pretty funny.
Brushed steel would have looked so sweet instead of that inky nightmare.
Inky nightmare.
Here's something. When the bathroom renovation project was approved, the steering committee was moved into this office and a small club was thrown out. It was an alternative art club. The Starving Renoirs.
Disco. Artist with the grudge.
The club only has 3 members. Frankie Polk, founder and president.
Aha, so they mentioned that the steering committee, she called it, I guess the committee to make some decisions about this renovation project, was moved into that office. And I guess it's conceivable that that would happen, although that would be far more common in like a big capital project, like a new school or a new stadium or something like that, where you might need a permanent little area for the architects. But I'm not sure that I've seen that before either, just taking over part of the school for that. I don't know how realistic that is, but just for a bathroom renovation, you wouldn't need that. You wouldn't need like blueprints and drawings and stuff to lay out like that. But it's an interesting little wrinkle again that this art club was pushed out of that room, their meeting space. And so now maybe they're upset at this bathroom renovation.
You must have been upset when you lost the space for your club.
No, I find offices to be creatively confining. The only thing that truly upsets me is the lack of beauty around us.
Okay.
I call it the interrogation of self.
What?
Tommy Howard, club treasurer.
Check out this noise. You don't get it, do you? You just see a dot, right?
And they're taking all these artist cliches to a whole new level here. It's not quite like that, but let's keep going.
It's 700 coats of black marker. Know what I'm saying? It's like the layers of the human
Know what
soul.
I'm saying?
Let's get back to stainless.
He's in the spotlight getting all the headlines. Know what I'm saying? Where's my slice? I got...
Please stop saying that. Please stop saying that. It's getting annoying.
I ain't going out like Charles Lasky. Know what I'm saying?
Who's Charles Lasky?
That's what I'm saying. Know what I'm saying?
No,
Last
stop.
is Jean Grace, recording secretary.
This clay is made from oatmeal hummus and unshelled buckwheat.
Let's get back to the
Okay.
bathroom.
I can't help you there. I don't believe in indoor plumbing, and I have never set foot in a school bathroom. I always go out to the...
Don't even want to know.
Yeah, me neither.
You might want to get up here. I've got something.
Check it out. The ink flow on this section of the tag drops off 72%.
What could cause that?
His red marker had to spring a leak, probably from the rear of the pen.
That marker's permanent.
Whoever Stainless is, there's a good chance he's walking around with a red marker stain.
Okay, wow, that's quite a leap there. And this level of investigating bits of graffiti do not happen. I mean, the notion that you can figure out who did something like this from little things like this is sort of crazy. And again, you have to prove it, right? You can't say, oh, well, this person writes from right to left, so they automatically did it, or this person has a red dot on them, so they couldn't have gotten that red dot in any other way. They for sure wrote this graffiti. That would just not hold up if you ever found yourself in some sort of administrative hearing or tribunal. It just would not happen. You would have to basically catch this person in the act or have some much stronger evidence than this.
And somewhere on his hand or wrist.
It also means our boy Stainless might need a refill.
Uh-oh.
Freeze!
Okay. This supply room is like the size of a department store. Supply rooms in schools are not anywhere close to this big. In my experience, the biggest supply rooms that exist are maybe, I don't know, 10% the size of a classroom. Even the larger ones that I've seen, they're not this big, nowhere close to it. This is like a warehouse.
End of the line, Stainless.
What in the world? What? No. This sort of reminds me of Ned's Declassified with the mop bucket slingshot or whatever. And again, this place is huge, giving them room to like run around and slingshot office chairs and stuff. This is really crazy. They turn like that. Ooh. What is going on? Rubber cement, I've not seen that in quite some time. I've not seen that product used in a while. But now they appear to have trapped him or her. Let's see what happens here. Right now.
A smearing of justice.
Oh, yes, I am Stainless. But my real name is Tommy. T-O-M.
Give us some room here, people.
It's probably not him, right? Because, well, number one, we're only halfway through this episode. And number two, he was complaining about Stainless getting all the attention. And so I'm guessing he wanted some attention, but that means that he didn't do the original graffiti job. And I'm guessing maybe this is the principal? I'm not sure. Let's see.
We can start ordering the new stalls.
No need, Robin. Graffiti Gus guy is out of business now.
He's coming.
Folsom's so happy.
Safety Patrol Headquarters and Glee Club Annex. And this school must have a ton of room if you've got giant warehouse supply rooms and this giant area to have a Safety Patrol Headquarters and the Glee Club Annex. I mean, you just wouldn't have that. If you had either of those entities, which I haven't heard of either one of those really so much. I don't hear the term Glee Club. You would call it other things if you're referring to people singing, but you would just use like a random classroom or maybe the classroom of the teacher who's sponsoring it. You wouldn't have like a giant office, but I get it. It's not quite as much fun that way, is it?
$100 worth of office supplies you trashed. But don't worry, she will. Is that for me?
Got your name on it.
Beautiful. You just keep your elbows in, eyes focused on the target.
What's going on?
Roll, roll, roll your boat gently. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
There is the Glee Club, and that's why they made that sign so visible, isn't it?
Hilarious.
Are these the markers Tommy tried to clip?
Yeah, I bagged them myself.
Oh, no. I know that look in your eye, Fillmore.
I don't like Tommy for Stainless.
Don't do this to me, Fillmore.
Stainless would have been looking for a red refill. These markers are black.
Yeah.
The same black Tommy was using on his 700-layer masterpiece.
True.
Plus, there were no red stains on Tommy's hands or wrists.
A signed confession from Tommy Howard.
Yeah, because he wanted the attention. He wants to be Stainless, right? He was complaining about Stainless getting all this attention, which I've never seen that in real life in any school, someone wanting that kind of attention for doing something like that. I just don't run across it too often.
He wanted to be known. Now he is.
Know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
stay on it, but keep it quiet. Hard to believe a guy would smear his own name like that just to get some attention.
Smear. Crackers. That's it. Check this
Smearing of
out.
justice.
A marker leaves a wet residue. Right-handed people don't have to worry about smearing it. But a left-handed person has a tendency to drag their hand over the area they just wrote.
You would not be able to prove the person who did it for something like this. You just wouldn't. But let's see what they do with this information.
Unless the person writes backwards, right to left.
So they're left-handed?
Stainless is left-handed.
That's what Julian was telling us.
Excellent work, officers.
Yeah, Julian.
Officers.
Too bad 15% of the school is left-handed.
So many suspects and so little time. Stainless is no doubt scouting out his next bathroom while you're wasting your time talking to me.
These are all 14 of the newly renovated bathrooms. Which one is next, Julian?
I can't read your Stainless's mind, now can I?
Which one would you hit?
You have nothing to lose by helping us.
I have nothing to gain.
Nothing to gain, huh, Julian? How about access to art supplies?
All under strict supervision, of course.
Think about it.
I placed first in 7 consecutive art fairs. Sure.
And so I guess he's going to go into it like his motivation, which makes no sense. I've never heard of anything even close to this. People who do graffiti are not into art. They're just into getting in trouble and into causing issues with other people. Unfortunately, some graffiti like that is very derogatory of other people at the school, and so it causes more problems than one, not just the graffiti itself. I've never heard of an artist or something doing that for that reason. But let's see what this little story or this little flashback is like.
As I began to place lower, that following began to shrink. Sure, the fans I had left were devoted, but I wanted
His
more.
parents.
I wanted to be immortal, and I found a way to do it.
Immortal.
As Flava Sava. Now Randall Julian, the artist, is merely a fading memory. For those few that even remember him, it's this one.
No. Oh, man. Is he going to get out? This is so ridiculous. And if this existed in real life, this would be so wrong. I mean, you do have education programs that are in alternative schools and schools for troubled students, but you don't have this, like a white room with 2 monitors and 1 desk and no adults in there at all. That would be really messed up if that were anywhere close to reality, but obviously it's not. But he notices this pencil here that they dropped, and that guy earlier was saying no writing utensils, and he was going through like every single object that could possibly be used as a writing utensil, but now he sees this pencil here. Let's see what happens.
All right, I got one. Would you rather eat a 2-month-old mac and cheese or a spider meringue pie?
Gotta go with the vintage mac.
That's an easy one. Your turn.
Squirrel burger or a bag of potting soil?
It's gross.
I'll take the soil.
Fillmore, Ingrid, we got a suspect heading your way.
Thanks, Tahame. We're on it.
It's Frankie Polk, and he's heading into the girls' bathroom.
Don't forget to wash your hands.
What was that, like, karate kick he did, or whatever that was? And they wouldn't be able to do this. This guy wouldn't be able to do this. You don't go in the opposite bathroom for a bunch of reasons. That is one of the classic things you can get in big trouble for in really any school, including middle school. But let's see what's going on here. He drew the toilet there. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's find out.
I draw toilets, beautiful toilets, the perfect marriage of
What?
form and function,
No.
of style and substance, of water and porcelain.
Looks like a wrong number, guys. Do us a favor, Frankie. Stick to drawing in the boys' bathrooms.
Of course, officers.
I don't know why you would do that. I've never heard of anything even remotely close to that. And I've never heard of wanting to draw that. It seems a little odd to me. I mean, bowls of fruit, sure. Other things. Not the toilet. That's a little odd, but let's keep going.
I was merely trying to capture the...
Another graffiti? Yeah.
Fillmore, this is still wet.
Okay, what causes a mass of water to shoot out of a bathroom stall so big that it like blows the person backward against the wall? I don't know about all that, but I'm guessing that the perpetrator escaped there. Let's see what happens next.
Caught red-handed.
Caught red-handed, and that's what you have to do. That's what I was saying. I'm guessing they mean the hand, that kind of red-handed, and that they're going to find someone with a red dot or something, and that doesn't necessarily prove that they did that. You could always say, well, I got it someplace else. I got red stuff on my hand. That wouldn't be quite strong enough here.
I just had to sign for Tommy's release and okay the ordering.
Sign for his release. You don't talk about even disciplinary consequences in those sort of terms. Even in alternative school programs and things of that nature and suspensions, you don't talk about signing for releases. I get what they're doing here, but it just sounds awful.
Of 200 brand new brushed steel bathroom stalls.
You wouldn't just remove the graffiti? Like, trust me, there are solvents that can remove that. Some very strong cleaners, that's typically what happens. And then you don't let anybody use it for a while, then you let it air out, and then it's fine after that. You wouldn't order entirely new bathroom stalls. That just wouldn't happen.
This headquarters will make a nice faculty yoga studio.
Wow. And I do see, like, this giant office that they have. I mean, you just wouldn't have that, obviously.
Randall Julian was right before. Go back and talk to him.
He's gone! He's gone! Randall Julian has escaped!
Now, he's worried because he's afraid that Randall Julian is going to do some heinous act, and having him go missing would be a huge deal, but not for that reason. I mean, anytime a student's whereabouts are unknown, that is a huge deal, and you would immediately go look for them, and you would contact the parents, and you would start looking at cameras, but you wouldn't be concerned the reason that he's concerned. Wow.
Officers, please call me Flavor Saver.
No.
We had a deal, Julian. Access to art supplies in exchange for helping us catch Stainless.
I've got all the supplies I'm going to need.
And what is he expecting? Like, I mean, where does he go from there? And he's wearing an orange jacket, which is very disturbing to me. I know what they're trying to portray. And why is he allowed in that classroom by himself? Where's the teacher that would normally be in there teaching? Does he think that this is going to go without consequences? He's on video saying all this stuff. Some real problems with this, but let's see how this is going to end here.
To ensure that this school never forgets me. So long, officers, but don't fret. I left you a parting gift.
What?
It's just an old copy of the school paper.
Is it?
You see what I see?
Robin Spencer is cutting that ribbon with her left hand.
And she's wearing a glove. Disco.
Ah. You know, if that's who actually did this, I actually didn't see that coming. That's pretty good. Let's keep going. The Bathroom Steering Committee. The notion that you would put this on glass and you would pay to have this done for such a temporary period of time is super unrealistic, and you don't have these style doors in school anymore. I've not seen this in a very long time. I did work in a school a while back that was a very old historic building, and they did have some doors like this, but you wouldn't have like custom lettering on it like that. You just wouldn't.
Robin Spencer put in a motion to
I still love the dimensions of the perfect water closet. I'm not sure why they would have that up here, but okay. I guess it was because it was the Bathroom Steering Committee. You just would not go to these lengths, no pun intended, to put something like this up here. You might have like one blueprint, and you might talk about what style toilets and what style paneling you would put in there, whatever you're doing, but you wouldn't have it up like this. This is sort of ridiculous. It actually looks like something from the Stanley Parable, if you want to know the truth. But let's keep going.
Install her brushed steel stalls 43 times.
And like she said, they ignored her.
What better way to prove the anti-graffiti stalls were necessary than to vandalize the bathrooms herself?
As stainless. As in the stainless steel stalls.
I was sort of thinking that earlier, but I didn't put it together that she did it. But, you know, she kept talking about the stainless steel that she wanted that she didn't get. It's not bad.
According to this shipping invoice, Robin's new stalls are arriving at the school loading dock right now.
Well, she wouldn't know that. I mean, she might have a date on there, and she might know it's that day, but how would she know that they're being delivered right then? That's sort of crazy.
Those are going to the H-wing restrooms by the greenhouse.
Okay.
Good old brushed steel. You're gonna take me to the top.
And she wouldn't care about that, the notion that she did that because they didn't have the right material she wanted for the bathroom. I've never seen a bathroom renovation project where kids weighed in on that or even cared that much. Now, the fact that it's a new restroom, that would be significant, but what it's made of and what materials or what design they used, no one's going to care about that.
Oh, I've wanted you so badly.
How badly? Badly enough to vandalize the original stars yourself?
I don't know what you mean.
Red marker.
Oh, I think you do. I think you couldn't handle it when your brushed steel stars got shot down. I think you became stainless.
That's ridiculous. You don't have a shred of proof.
We do now.
So instead of like continuing to talk to them and say, me having a red mark doesn't prove I did it, she just like does this big motion and throws papers everywhere. I think that's going to be much stronger evidence that she did the original graffiti than some red mark on her arm. And now she, I guess, runs away. That's really, really crazy. But let's see what happens.
Tahama, we need backup.
Back up. Do you see how high those stacks are? And I saw like 10 or 20 of them. Like, how many restrooms are they doing? This is really crazy.
I'm going to be known as the student that put an end to graffiti once and for all.
Okay.
So what if I had to deface a few stalls to do it? This is just the beginning. Student council president, valedictorian, best dressed in the yearbook, the sky's the limit.
Notice that she put best dressed in the yearbook like above valedictorian, which is pretty much the most prestigious thing you could do in high school, having the highest grades, but she put best dressed above that. That's pretty funny.
Robin Spencer.
No, Robin. It all ends here.
Sorry, officer, but I'm afraid Stainless is gonna make a clean getaway.
What's going on?
Fillmore!
What? Macaroni? And macaroni being stored in wooden crates, completely unbagged in a warehouse. I'm pretty sure that probably goes against some school nutrition regulations, wouldn't you say?
Fishing rod. Keep your elbows in. Focus on the target, baby.
This kind of reminds me of like a Mario character using a fishing rod, sitting on a cloud or something instead of a mail cart. It's pretty funny though. Bubble wrap. What is going on here?
I'd say you two wrap this case up rather nicely.
Enough with the
Bubble wrap,
puns.
that is. Get it? It's basically a play on the word wrap.
What's going on? Tell me you got Stainless.
Right here, Chief.
Looks like I'm gonna be able to fish in peace.
And she had her hands behind her back. You can't do that. I mean, the adults can't do that. It's not like she punched someone or had a weapon. She graffitied some stalls. You don't put kids' hands behind their back. You would only do that in the most extreme circumstances. There would have to be some level of violence there in order to use restraint like that. You can do that if someone is being hurt, but not in this situation. And the idea that the kids could do that to another student just wouldn't fly.
What is it? Fillmore!
Fishing rod.
Principal Folsom isn't sure whether to give you guys a commendation or to give you detention. On the one hand, you put Stainless away. But on the other hand, you destroyed an entire shipment of brushed steel stalls. You ruined a month's supply of macaroni. And you allowed the most notorious graffiti vandal in the history of the school to escape. Randall.
Yeah, but doesn't he still attend the school? Like, is he never coming back to school ever? I'm not quite sure how that works.
And no one knows where he'll strike next.
Teacher's lounge. And why is he wearing an orange jumpsuit? I mean, again, I get what they're trying to portray, but no, you don't do that.
Hey, Julian.
Fillmore. I should have known. You were the only one who ever understood.
No, I don't understand. I don't understand how someone with your talent can just flush it away.
I only have to touch the tip of this marker to the stall, and my masterpiece is complete.
That's not a masterpiece, Julian. That's just noise. Anybody can scrawl a stall, but they still have a few of your macaroni collages hanging in the library.
Okay.
You want to know why? Because those pieces moved people.
Okay, he's trying to appeal to him. That's not bad. And again, there are ways of getting graffiti off. I mean, it's not quite as permanent as they're making it out to be.
They still move people, man.
Is that why the judges at the county art fair placed my art third, placed my art fourth, placed my art honorable mention? This is beyond judgment.
So that's how it's going to be. Get attention any way you can, right or wrong.
There are people that do that. A lot of times people that act out or do things like this or other ways of breaking the rules, it is sort of attention-seeking behavior sometimes, and that's why counselors and others are so important to try and delve into these sorts of issues.
Don't hide behind some flavor saver tag. Why don't you go ahead and write Randall Julian?
I will! I will!
I'll do it.
No, I don't think you will, because then everybody will know the score. There was this real artist who gave up touching some of the people to hurt.
Yeah, he still cares about his artistry. He's trying to appeal to that. Although it's sort of risky. I would think if he's really at this level, he would just go ahead and write his name. Like, I don't care. I'll write my own name. This is a really crazy situation that I've never seen in real life with the artist and the whole getting upset because you don't place high enough. But let's see. It looks like we're about at the end. Let's see how this thing ends.
Because he wanted to be famous. Because he forgot what real art was all about. Just expressing yourself for the sake of expressing yourself.
Okay.
Welcome back, Randall.
He slid the marker away with his foot like it's a weapon or something like that. This is kind of funny.
You don't happen to know where I can get my hands on some macaroni, do you?
Actually, you know what? I do.
Yeah. All right, well, that's the episode. I really enjoyed that one. Fillmore, really not too bad, and it had a lot of realism. Now, the thing with them being like detectives and never ever going to class and having a massive office for their detective operation is really unrealistic, but the rest of it, not so unrealistic. So I enjoyed this one. Let me know if you'd like to see me do more Fillmore. Pretty good little show. I liked it okay. I would probably give this maybe an 8.5 out of 10 for the first episode. It wasn't like my favorite thing ever, and it had some comedic value, but nothing crazy, but it was very enjoyable and had a lot of realism in it. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, go ahead and click the button below to subscribe. I'll see you on my next video. Thanks for watching to the end, and I'll see you on the next video once again. This has been Brandon from School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching.